Starfire is one of the most visually striking characters in comic book history, and that's not an accident. Every aspect of her design, from her orange skin to her flowing red hair to the green energy blasts she fires, was crafted to evoke a very specific element. Her real name, Coriander, even contains a reference to the spice coriander. But it is fire that truly defines who this character is, and why she resonates with audiences decades after her creation. When Marv Wolfman and George Perez created Starfire for DC Comics in 1980, they weren't just designing another alien superhero. They were building a character whose entire existence would be shaped by passion, warmth, and destruction in equal measure. Fire isn't just her aesthetic, it's her psychology, her history, and her fundamental approach to existence. Consider her origin story. Coriander is a princess from the planet Tamarin, a world whose people absorb ultraviolet radiation and convert it into energy. This isn't just a convenient power source. It means Tamaranians are literally solar-powered beings. They're living conduits for stellar fire. When Starfire flies, she's not defying gravity through magic or technology. She's releasing the captured energy of stars through her body. She becomes a comet, trailing green flame across the sky. But the fire symbolism goes deeper than her powers. Starfire's personality burns with an intensity that distinguishes her from other heroes. Where Batman broods and Superman restrains himself, Starfire feels everything at full volume. Love, anger, joy, grief. She experiences emotions the way a forest fire consumes oxygen. This isn't a character flaw that needs correction. It's presented as her greatest strength. This emotional intensity stems directly from Tamaranian culture. On her homeworld, suppressing feelings is considered unhealthy, even dangerous. Tamaranians believe that emotions should flow freely, that passion is the natural state of sentient beings. This puts Starfire in constant contrast with Earth's emotional restraint, particularly in her relationships with other heroes who have learned to compartmentalize their feelings. Her relationship with fire extends to her history of trauma and survival. Before joining the Teen Titans, Coriander was betrayed by her own sister. Commander sold into slavery and subjected to cruel experimentation. These experiences would break many characters, leaving them cold and withdrawn. Instead, they forged Starfire into something harder and brighter. Like metal in a furnace, her suffering didn't extinguish hurt, tempered her into a warrior. The experiments performed on her actually enhanced her natural abilities, giving her the power to release stellar energy as destructive bolts. Her captors intended to create a weapon, but they accidentally created something far more dangerous. A woman with the power of a star, who had every reason to use it. When Starfire fights, there's a fury behind her attacks that comes from lived experience with cruelty and injustice. Yet fire is not merely destruction. It's warmth, light, and the spark of life itself. Starfire embodies these qualities just as strongly. She's often portrayed as the emotional heart of whatever team she joins, the person who brings warmth to cold situations and light to dark moments. Her openness about affection, her willingness to express love physically and verbally, acts as a counterbalance to characters who struggle with intimacy. This duality mirrors fire's own nature perfectly. A campfire and a wildfire are made of the same element, but context determines whether fire nurtures or destroys. Starfire contains both possibilities within herself. She can be the warm hearth that draws her teammates together, or the blazing inferno that annihilates her enemies. The choice between these modes is always hers to make. Her visual design reinforces these themes continuously. That distinctive orange skin isn't random, it's the color of flame. Her long red hair, often drawn flowing upward as though caught in rising heat, suggests fire even when she's standing still. The green of her energy blasts provides contrast while maintaining the overall warmth of her color palette. Artists across decades have understood that drawing Starfire means drawing fire in humanoid form. Even her language acquisition ability connects to fire symbolism. Tamaranians learn languages through physical contact, specifically through kissing. This method of knowledge transfer requires intimacy, vulnerability, connection, the same qualities that fire represents in its life-giving aspect. Starfire doesn't learn about other cultures from a distance. She absorbs them through direct contact, the way fire spreads from surface to surface. The animated Teen Titans series understood this perfectly, giving Starfire's eyes a solid green glow that intensified with her emotions. When she became angry, her entire body would sometimes ignite with green energy, transforming her from a cheerful alien into something genuinely terrifying. The show recognized that Starfire's warmth and her wrath were inseparable aspects of the same burning core. Fire defines Starfire because fire is transformation, passion, power, and danger wrapped into one element. She burns bright in every sense, emotionally, visually, and literally. In a medium filled with characters defined by darkness, trauma, and restraint, Starfire stands apart as someone who chose to let her fire burn freely rather than smother it. That choice makes her not just memorable, but necessary.